How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is another showing of BDD's Farm Sim Talk. How's everybody doing out there tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I know I am having an amazing day so far. I am joined here by Whyknot Gaming. Whyknot, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for doing this, and I just want to give a shout out to you, Dave. Thank you for doing this, and Dust Buddy for sending me the message. I hope everybody's doing good, and you all can hear me.
Oh, absolutely no problem whatsoever, and absolutely thanks goes out to Dust Bunny. Thank you, Dust Bunny, so very much. Yet again, setting up one of these meetings that for the longest time I was aware of you and your channel. Didn't very often visit. Just was not at the times in which I could actually like drop away from work or anything like that. But if it wasn't for Dust Bunny, I wouldn't even known about you. So one of those, I do greatly appreciate her and everything she has done up until this point. I want to go ahead and read through some of the chats and kind of, start us off a little bit slow here. We got Whiskey Creek with the first chat here, and it was a super chat for $2. Whiskey, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. I then commented because a little bit of time had elapsed between the time that Whiskey had put in his chat and the time that I just so happened to come back into the stream and realizing that Jonah didn't leave a comment. So I basically put out an APB out for Jonah, but he eventually turned up saying, call off the search party. It's been a busy day at work. Well, you know what, Jonah? I completely understand that. He also gifted a membership to the channel. Thank you so very much. It went out to Nuclear Salmon. We got Ken. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Got Crimea River. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Benji. Hope you're having a great one as well. We got Rusty Money Gaming. Rusty, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see. We got Miss Hillbilly. Miss Hillbilly, how are you? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. We got, let's see, John C. Pepper. How are you doing, John? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see. We got Rusty saying hello to a whole bunch of people. We got, who else we got joining us here tonight? We got a whole bunch of hellos. How's it going? Seeing how everyone's doing tonight. Oh yeah, look at that. Everybody's just saying hello. Let's see, did I miss anybody so far? Trevor Murphy. Trevor, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And yeah, let me go ahead and get this party started. So before we get going, we're going to start out with a kind of a general introduction to yourself there. Whyknot? Why don't you go ahead and let us all know who you are, what you do, and just kind of a general overview of the kind of content that you do here in the farming simulator space.
Well, I'm retired. I retired back in 2017. That's when I started doing my live streams, was back then in 2017. Other than that, I'm a very easygoing person. You can ask Dust Bunny and John Pepper and Rusty Money and Charles. I'm an easygoing person. Like to play multiplayer a lot with my friends. I don't get out much because I've got COPD, stage 3. So I'm on oxygen 24/7 days a week. So it's I don't leave the house much. So I usually play Farm Simulator a lot. So maybe that's my primary game. Do play other games, but most of this is the one I mostly play on. And if it wasn't for you all, subscribing to my channel, I wouldn't even be where I'm at today. It's been awesome. And so I get short-winded up real easy. So it takes me a while to get the words out, but I don't spray anybody on this condition. I'm not the only one that has it either. So Crimea River has it too. So, but she's worse than I am. But still, it's a disease I wouldn't wish it on anybody to have. It's a terrible disease I have, but otherwise I'm pretty good. I'm not gonna see how old I am, but the reason I don't have a picture because I don't have a camera, but I did take a picture and send it in my Discord. I don't know how long ago, but that's when he has seen a copy of it. So, and I want to do another shout out to who just did the gift. Jonah, thank you for the membership. It's appreciated. Thank you very much. And I give the mic back to you there, Dave. And I just can't thank you guys for enough for doing this for me. It's something else. Your mic is yours, everybody.
Well, then I appreciate it. Rail Fanning Jonah with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so very much, Jonah. Greatly appreciate it. I'm so glad we didn't have to put out a search party for you. They all went out to Trevor Murphy, Tuck Vortex, Sven Christopherson, Raymond Gutierrez, and RJ Belrose. Again, thank you so very much for that. Now, number one, let me start out by saying that I do sincerely apologize for everything that you have to go through. And if at any point tonight you need to kind of, slow down or anything like that, feel free to just let me know and we can kind of, take a step back kind of thing. So just want to make sure that you are aware that you can control the pace as needed. Let's see. So just make sure everything's good. Okay. So gave our shout outs. We did everything there. Okay, so we're going to move on to the very first segment here on Farm Sim Talk, and it's called Digging Up Dirt. And it's the portion of the interview where we're getting to know you kind of on a more personal level, outside of the content and all that stuff. We want to kind of know who you are. Nothing too personal, but just enough to kind of get a little taste for who you are. So firstly, you say that you don't get out too much because of the COPD. But what kind of hobbies do you have outside of Farming Simulator? Do you read? Do you watch TV, sports, anything like that?
Well, first of all, I don't read books, and I'm a big fan of football, NFL. I love watching football. I'm also a big fan of WWE wrestling. So I'm a big fan of that. Beyond that, I really don't have no hobbies. I used to when I was active. I used to. Well, I quit doing it, but I used to collect the diecast cars, the bigger ones, the 124s, the great big ones. I got about 30 of those on my wall here on the shelf. I did take pictures of those. Those should be in the Discord somewhere. If not, I could post them in there. Then I have, for some reason, I collected all those. Well, it started out as I wanted to see if I can find, because my grandfather had 2 vehicles that it was his special vehicles that he always drove all the time. It was a 51 Chevy pickup. Yeah, he always drove that around a lot. And then he had a 1948 Chevy Aerostar, Aero sedan.
Very
And
nice.
those are nice vehicles. So I went searching on the internet and eBay and all that, and I found the diecast of them, the 124s. I was like, well, let's see. So I found the color that I wanted, and the car was like a maroon color, but the interior was like a tan. It was a nice car. And then his truck was a pure black. So I thought, well, let's, so I found two of those on eBay. I paid, I bet you a good $60 for each, but it was worth it back then. It was just a hobby that I wanted to get, Well, then from then on, it just started growing and growing, Now I ended up with, I got about 30 of them here, And then I thought, well, let's see if I can find a car, my very first car that I bought, So I'll see if I can find one of those. So the very first car that I owned, that I actually bought, was a 1974 Ford Maverick. Had a 302 3-speed on it in it. Oh, that thing was a beast. So I found that on eBay, and that guy wanted $80 for it, and it was the same color as the car that I had. I said, well, I don't care. I wanted it, so I got it. So yeah, that's how my collection started, was my images like that, and then I started collecting these little matchbox cars that I thought that was pretty cool to get, and then I got the little monster trucks, and then so I got, I don't know, about 25, 30 of the little monster trucks that I got, and then the little uh, cars, it was just a little hobby that I started, it's nothing fancy, but then I started collecting these little farm tractors and farm equipment. So I got a couple of shelves of that on my wall right here. So, but beyond that, no, I don't really do too much anymore. I used to be real active. I used to go out, play basketball with my son, and do stuff outside. But now it's taking a toll on me, and now I just don't hardly do anything. It's killing me. I'd love to be outside with my grandkids, and play outside with them, but I just can't do
CS
it,
Benji 2020 has become a
anymore.
member.
I can't do it.
Fantastic.
But
Smiley face.
it just, this disease, it really turned my whole life around. Within a year, it just blew me away. Charles, thank you for the membership, months of membership there. You guys are just plain awesome, awesome guys. But no, otherwise I don't really have no other hobbies. And beyond that, nope. Kind of boring, but oh well. you know.
Well, to me,
Uh,
it sounds like the kind of diecasts, I mean, are more than just a hobby. They sound like something that's actually incredibly special to you, because the three that you named right off the bat were ones that were rather kind of influential in your life. You said the first two were your grandfathers, and they were of kind of a significant importance. So much so that you're willing to spend $60 a car to be able to get them. And then the next one was your car, and it was almost the exact match to the one that you had, same color and everything. So again, it's something that's kind of important and special to you. So I would very much qualify that as a hobby. Now, you also said that you were big into wrestling, that you're a big wrestling fan. What would you say is your big like your favorite era of wrestling?
I would say the era in wrestling, it would be, oh my goodness sakes, guys. I go way back to, I don't know, some of you might not remember this, but I go way back to it, like the NWA and WWF. It's the first one's NWA. That means National Wrestling Association, and then WWF is World Wrestling Federation. So that's way, 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 way back. But I would say, oh, about mid '80s, I guess. When Hulk Hogan was famous, and all those people were famous. Way back, back then. And I don't know if you guys ever follow wrestling or not, but I remember like Vern Godlin wrestling, and Wahoo McDonald wrestling, and oh gosh, how far more? And Armstrong guys. So yeah, I go way back. I mean, I just like watching it. I'm not just love watching it. So
See, I grew up on watching it way back in the day, and I grew up around the time that you had mentioned there in the 80s, because I was born in '83. So it was probably like the late '80s when I started kind of like getting into it, and it was around the time when the Hulk Hogan's, the Andre the Giants, the Macho Man's, Ultimate Warrior, and all that stuff. So it was definitely a fun time in my life, and I look back on it very fondly. Um, Now, you also said that you're into sports. You said that you're into football. Do you have a favorite team?
oh, my favorite team would be my son's. It was the Philadelphia Eagles. That's is my favorite team because that's the team that he likes. So, but so I have to pick the Eagles. But overall, I'm not really a guy that pick team. Pick the team to win. But I'm just as long as they play a good game, it's not a big blowout. It doesn't really matter who wins as long as they play a good game. And now, like tonight, there's a game that's playing now. It's the Vikings and the Rams. Well, just for the heck of it, I picked the Rams to win, just to see what happens. There's no money involved or nothing. But no, my favorite's the Eagles. So have to go from there, I guess.
So, when did you start? You said was 2017 when you started your channel, correct?
Yes, August of 2017. It was actually when I joined YouTube. That's when I joined,
Gold
and then
Gaming has become a member. Howdy, neighbors.
because that's about the same time when I got my first PS4, and that's when I could actually get online and start doing videos. So my first video was back in 2017 on Gold Crust Valley FS17. That's when I first joined YouTube, and it was shortly after that when I started doing videos. You know, uh,
So, just want to give a shout out to Benji for the 2 month membership chat. Thank you so much for that, Benji. Greatly appreciate you. And thank you, Gold Gaming, for becoming a member for 1 month with the member chat. So, greatly appreciate you as well. Um, let's see. So, with you starting back in 2017, what kind of spurred you to go from just a kind of casual gamer to like creating an account and creating an actual channel?
that's funny to ask. That was funny to ask because actually I played Farming Simulator before I got my PS4. I played on the PS3 because I got FS13 and FS15 for the PS3, and so I played those two way before I got the PS4, where I could actually get online. But I started on the PS3, and that was back. Oh my goodness, back in 2012, something like that. It was back there a ways, but so what really inspired me to get online was I was sitting playing the game from a simulator on my PS4, and my three sons were playing their games, and and back then they had their PS4s going, and they were playing online all the time. I'm going, well, that's not how they, you know, thinking, well, why can't I do it? If they could do it, why can't I do it? So I didn't say nothing for a while, and just kept playing my game, And so out of blue, I asked my son, I said, come in here. So I told him, I said, come in the room here. So he comes in the room, and I said, how do you get online and play online, and do all this stuff where I have no clue how to even do it, you know? So my son sets me up on the internet and got me on YouTube. He goes, here, this is what you need to do if you need to do videos, So I said, okay. Well, back then I didn't have my name, the Whyknot. I went underneath my original name. I'm going, well, I'm not going to use that. I need to do something to change it, So back then, yeah, I had to pay what, $5 or $10 or something like that to change the name. So I said, well, I'll change it. And so that's why I came up with, well, the Whyknot came from with my 3 sons playing all the time. I'm going, well, why can't I do it? Well, then there's a bar in this town that's maybe 30 miles from us, and that bar is called Whyknot. It's spelled the same way as my name is. I'm going, hey, now that's a catcher name. I like that name. For some odd reason, I like that name, and now I hear everybody saying, well, the name, the why not? I'm going, well, okay. Everybody knows my name now, But that's how it came up with, I thought it was kind of funny, in a way. It's like, well, that's an odd name, but hey, it works, so why not,
It sounds like you're more famous than you realize.
Oh, big time.
So, did you ever imagine yourself kind of falling into the whole content creation space, or was this just kind of like a kind of a whim? Like you were seeing your sons playing and seeing them play online, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what, I'm gonna just kind of do it. But did you ever like think like before that, like I can do this too, or
No,
I can make content?
I never even dreamt of doing it. Never. No. And then I got a cell phone. Well, the phone I had was like like a flip phone, So the internet kind of wasn't very good on it. So I started watching Degawood. He was the first one I started watching, and then there's another guy. He's no longer with Farming Simulator, but then I started watching him, and he was doing like a series. So I've been following him all along, I say, wow, this is kind of cool, But and then no, I just posted my first video, and it was actually on Gold Crest Valley on FS17, and it, and I had no clue what I was doing because I had nobody to talk to, it was just myself, I didn't belong to no group, anything, Um, okay, well then I got on Facebook, and then I seen this group where that was actually from Rusty Money. He was doing like a challenge thing or something, so I joined his group on Facebook, and then there was another group on Facebook that it was called Farming Simulator PS4 or PS3 and PS4 back then. So I joined that group, Then I started talking to people, and then so I posted my videos as much as I could, well, when I could, because I worked during the day, and then I spent evenings with my son until he went to bed, and then I try to sneak a video in or something, Sometimes I couldn't, sometimes I did, But that's why I started, just not even knowing what even, what to do or anything, But it just blows my mind, That's from from where I've started, and where I'm at right now. It just blows my mind, So.
So, what would you say for your content right now, or not your content, but what do you consider like inspires you or motivates you to keep putting out content?
Gee, that's a good question. I I couldn't even tell you. It's just the people that I meet. You know, um, I've had a lot of people tell me that you're better off doing live streams than you are videos. Well, I love doing video. It just relaxes me. But they said, if you do more live streams, you do better. You know. So I said, okay, well, uh, I do my live streams in the morning at 10 o'clock every morning. I at least try to do one every morning at 10 o'clock. Sometimes I can't do it, but lately I've been doing one, you know. Um, no, I don't know. It's not, I just like doing them, I just love the game, that's all.
And what would you say is one of the biggest surprises that you've had getting into the farming simulator community in this space?
I'd say the gifted memberships. I would say those. Those are the ones that really touch my heart. To me, I guess they mean a lot. It just blows my mind. How kind people are. Toward each other. And how helpful they are. Like today, something was brought up about a logging wagon in my stream. Well, it took two other people to find it, and they found it. I think Ronnie Johansson found it for me. And when he sent me a picture of it in Discord, when I finally signed off doing my multiplayer today, I got on 19, and I found it. And I downloaded it. It's like people like that. It just blows my mind. That there's people out there that actually reach out and help you out. And but I'd say the memberships and all that stuff. That's the most of it, I guess.
It's certainly incredible to see just how generous and how thoughtful individuals and just the community in general can be within this space. It is very overwhelming at times where people will be so kind, not only with their time and their energy, but their money and their thoughts and their prayers. Like it's really something else. Was that something that when you started, did you ever expect to be like, oh well, uh, let me think about this community and just kind of, or were you just kind of just doing it just to do it, and then it just so happened you fell into the community portion of it?
No, I just let things happen. When I first doing live streams, I still have my headset. It's a real cheap headset, and it's got a microphone on it. The cheapest headset I could find through Amazon. Well, I still have that, so I used that for quite a while. Then I thought, well, maybe I can get real fancy, and I can get a mic. So I ordered. I don't know. I've got behind me here. I bet you I got 3 or 4 boom mics, that I can actually use and hook up in on my PS4 and do it, But then but mostly I use my headset with my built-in microphone on it. That's my pride and joy. But no, I wouldn't I have no idea, just something that just happens, I guess.
So do you have any pets or animals that you own?
Yeah, we have 2 cats in the house. We got them. They're actually their brother and sister. Their brother he's a big cat, big cat, big strong cat, and the sister's a female, and she's really skinny. She was the runt of the family, so she's really skinny. We got them. See, I think they were 6 weeks old or something like that, and now I think they're about 2 years old or something like that. They're getting up there a ways, but now the male cat he used to be real chunky, not fat, but built strong, and now he's really skinny. So we don't know what's going on with him, and he's losing his hair, and so we might have to take him in somewhere and get him checked out, because that's not him, And she's real skittish. She doesn't like people, She'll come around when she wants to come around. She'll jump on your lap if she wants to. It's on her time, But don't force yourself on her, because she don't like that. She's a different kind of cat, but she's real quiet, But they're good cats to have around, because they like mice. So, but no, that's only pets that we have. Well, we did have a dog, but that's a different story there. But right now, no, just the cats.
So you're a content creator on YouTube. Do you watch YouTube outside of the farming simulator community? Like other content creators?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. I'm subscribed to a lot of people. A lot of them probably don't know that I'm subscribed to their channel. I don't know if they know that, but the way I look at it this way, I watch, I go around, I watch people play the game, how they play the game and what they're like, and then I'll read their little title, But no, I usually just sit there and lurk, sit in the background and listen to people play the game. And if they're on live stream or something, I'll sit there and I'll listen to them, But the way I look at it this way, if I'll subscribe to you, as long as you subscribe to me, but it's only fair, 50-50. But if you're just starting out in the game, and you're trying to play the game, I'll be glad to give my 2 cents in, and try to help you out, but I'm not going to guarantee it's going to work, but at least let me help you, You can take it from there, That's just the way I am, I'm willing to help anybody out, If you even if you're doing a multiplayer, and you need extra help, or I'll be glad to help you out, But don't expect me to do a whole lot, But I'm just that way, Overall, a nice guy, I guess. A heart of gold, put it that way. Everybody in chat. Oops. Go ahead.
I was going to say, certainly based on my recent experiences with you, I would definitely attest to that. Definitely attest to the heart of gold. I haven't known you for long, but in the few conversations, interactions that you and I have had, definitely seem like a genuinely nice fella. So yes, I would definitely sign off on that. Of the followers or of the people that you follow, who would you consider to be like your favorite creator?
Oh my goodness sakes, my favorite? Oh my goodness sakes.
I do have to come in with some hard questions.
Oh, I know. Oh my goodness. I'll just put it this way. They're all good. I'm not going to pinpoint anybody, because, that's just favoritism. So I'll just say everybody, we'll leave it like that, So.
You know what? I can respect that. Absolutely respect that. So what about outside of Farming Simulator? Do you consume any YouTube content besides Farming Simulator?
No. This is the only one that I do, I have streamed my other games that I play, but that's not very often. I play Wreckfest. That's the other game that I love to play. That's a racing game. If you never seen it or played it, I did do a lot of videos on it. I love that game. What's the other one that I usually play? I get the other ones right here. Far Cry 5. That's the older game. I like playing that game, but mostly it's from a simulator, because if you come in my office here and you turn my system on, you, first thing you'll see is FS 15, FS 17, FS 19, FS 22, right there in a row. And then off that row you'll have the two other games that I sometimes play. But no, I've got a library of games on my system, but no, I don't play them. They're not as fun, as Farmer Simulator is.
So, tell me something that. So tell me something that you would think, or that you think is true, but that nobody else would agree with you on.
Oh, Jesus. How old I am. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Let's see.
And you'd be surprised.
And when you're doing your live streams, or when you're making your content in general, is there a particular creator that you try and model yourself after, or do you just say, you know what, this is me, this is what I do, and I don't try and follow a mold from somebody else?
No. I don't follow nobody. I'm just me. Just me. If you get to really know me inside out to know who I am. I don't follow nobody. I don't try to compete with anybody. I'm just me. The way I look at it is like, if you don't like you don't like my videos or what I put out, move on. It won't hurt me one bit. I'm just here to have fun. I'm not here to try to outdo anybody, or say, hey, I'm the best guy there is. No, I'm not that way. I'm just me. Just plain old me.
So to me, that sounds like you're definitely like that kind of leader mentality, that you're going to blaze your own trail. And if it's, extra effort, extra work, then so be it. But not going to follow up behind somebody else's path, which I respect that a lot. So if you can meet any 3 people in the world outside of Farming Simulator, who would they be?
Oh my goodness sakes!
Like I said, I have to ask some tough questions.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I would have to say, I would have to say, I would love to go back and see my older brother. Because I haven't seen him in, well, let's see, bet you 19 years, something like that. So I would love to go back home and see my brother. I guess that's beyond that. No, nobody else except him.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's a kind of good rounding out of the digging up dirt section. So at this point, let's go ahead and take a look at the chat and see what everyone has to say up until this point. So I think I left off way up here at the top where I was saying hi to everybody. I think, let's see, let me find my place. All right, Dust Bunny says, I really enjoy live streams are so much more personable. Yes, Dust Bunny, 100%. Live streams just gives you that factor of being able to just kind of communicate with people in real time. Absolutely love it. We've got, let's see, some more hellos. And how is it going? We've got, let's see, Crimea River says, yes, JP, I'm doing well, thank you. We've got, let's see, I'm trying to see, Dust Bunny thanking Mr. Whiskey for the donation. Thank you, Whiskey, again, appreciate that. Jonah with the $5 gifted memberships. We've got Dust Bunny also saying thank you, Mr. Jonah, for the gifted memberships. Also, Dust Bunny says, if anyone has any questions for Mr. Whyknot, please put them here in the chat. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Also says, please hit the like button, folks. Mr. BDD appreciates the support. Thank you. I absolutely 100% appreciate that. And she also included your Discord as well as to your YouTube. If you're not already, please go out and subscribe and check out Whyknot's content. I was actually in his live stream earlier today, and there were several other folks, including Dust Bunny, Crimea River, and a few other people that I didn't recognize off the top of my head. But it was an absolute hoot. Just sitting there, just watching y'all play the game today was just an absolute riot. Let's see. So
Thank you.
We got Dust Bunny saying, thank you for being a member for 2 months, Mr. Charles. Mr. BDD appreciates your support 100%. Rusty Money says, we are all just blessed, Whyknot Gaming. You're amazing, and you make us feel great, too.
That's kind words there from Rusty Money.
That is, yeah, very, very kind of you, Rusty. Thank you very much for expressing that. We got, Rusty Money saying, Rowdy Piper days, Mr. Whyknot? Yes. Rowdy Piper. Oh, man, that brought back some memories. Let's see. Oh, and you responded there in the chat saying yes. We got Will. How's it going? Will T Gaming, the FS Encyclopedia, says, what up, everybody? What up, Will? Rail Fanning Jonas says, the sky is up. That's also very true. Fury Machine says, hey, why not? We got Will T Gaming also says, how is it going? Why not gaming? Oh, and now this jumped around on me. Let's see. Miss Hillbilly says, the Rams are winning 24, the Vikings 3. Whew, that's it's starting to be a big spread. Let's see. We got Jonah saying, go Philly Eagles. Oh, looks like Jonah's a Phillies fan. Let's see. We also got, let's keep on going. We got Benji saying, PlayStation celebrating 30 years. Oh, wow. Yeah, that you know what? That sounds about right, too. They've been certainly within my lifetime, and I'm 41, so not too far out. Miss Hillbilly says, your name is an everyday household phrase. Yes. And that's actually 100% accurate. It's really funny that you were able to get the inspiration for your channel name from a bar down the road from you. So that's pretty good. And it does. It just like rolls off the tongue. Like it's very kind of a part of everyday conversation. Let's see. We got Destiny says, Mr. Whyknot loves to do multiplayer live streams. He enjoys meeting new people and making new friends. Let's see. Gold Gaming says, absolutely, and said, just subscribed. Loaded question, LOL. I missed the question? Possibly. We got Nuclear Salmon. How you doing, Nuclear? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. We got, let's see, PA Plowboy. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Dust Bunny says, I asked Mr. Whyknot some questions about FS17 in the comment section of his video, and he actually made a video to show me the answers. Wow. Why not? That's actually very, very kind of you to be able to take the time out to be able to just go ahead and make an entire video to answer some questions.
Well, thank you. You're very welcome. If you're still here, I also have another one too that I gotta do a video for. A friend of mine sent me a question about something on FS15, so I have to go back and do his, But no, I don't mind doing them. I like doing it. So
So is that something you do very often? Is if you receive a question, say in the comments section of your videos, that you will just go out and try and, show the video as to how to do whatever the question is pertaining to?
Not normally. I don't do that. Just for it was a favor. I figure, well, she asked. If I could do it, I'd do it. If not, I couldn't do it. But she asked, and I thought, well, let's just see if I could do it or not. So I did a video on it and thought, well, let's just hope for the best and see if it answered her question or not. If it didn't, it didn't. It didn't. But not very often do I do it. And if it was the right question, I don't mind doing it. And a real close friend of mine, he just sent me a message. Well, not a message, but he sent me an email, asked me a question on FS15 about the cotton, the wool cotton bales on 15, because on FS15, if you do the sheep, the wool on, you only get like what? Sometimes not even nothing for the wool from sheep on FS15. Well, he thought maybe because I didn't feed the sheep. So I fed the sheep, and then he said, well, let's try let them sit longer, the bales, the wool bales, and see if they do anything and see if the price goes up. I said, all right, so I'll have to do a video on that and see if it actually goes up or not. But sheep and on FS15 really doesn't really pay nothing, because I did a video on that. Actually, I think it was a live stream. I think it was, because somebody was watching. I think Dust Bunny or somebody like that was watching me do it, and it wasn't really worth it at all. But something like that, I don't mind doing them. It's something different. You don't find too many people that I know, that actually would go back and play the older games, like I do. I love to play the older ones, like FS15 and FS17. If I can go back on my PS3 and do a live stream on those two games I have on PS3, you bet your dollar money that I do it in a heartbeat. But there's no way that I could do it. I did do a video on, I think it's in my channel somewhere in my videos. But if you click on my videos, you go to the oldest settings or whatever it is there. Click on that. It'll bring up all my older videos. I think it's up around in there somewhere that I did a video on FS13 on the PS3. But I did that to my phone. So beyond that, no, as long as I could do it, I do it. I'm not doing it for, just helping somebody out. That's all.
Well, again, that's like incredibly generous of you, because I mean, there's certainly nothing that says, hey, I've got to, go and share these kind of tips, tricks, or try and answer these questions, especially in a video format like that, because that certainly takes a fair bit of time rather than just either like typing it up or doing something like that. So it's incredibly generous of you to do that, and again, just goes to kind of speak towards your character. Let's see. Let's continue catching up with the chat. We got Wrench Monkey. How you doing, Wrench Monkey? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hey, BDD, and why not? And everyone. Let's see. We got PA Plowboy says, I do enjoy listening to Why Not's stream while I'm working.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Absolutely. I literally did the same thing this afternoon. So that was definitely some fun. I was able to take a break and kind of stop in on everyone. So that was fun. Let's see. We got. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just taking a drink.
Gotcha. We got Miss Hillbilly saying, Whyknot is such an amazing person, and to have as a friend, I do cherish our friendship. Oh, see, look at how many
Oh,
lives that
nice.
you have touched just being in this space. It's like I said, it's that kind of uh, unexpected uh, pluses that you get from doing something like this. I never expected when I started my channel to get something like this, but it's certainly like a huge bonus to see just how many people are you're like going out and touching their lives in some way, shape, and form. You know, and oftentimes you'd never be able to meet these people, you know, face to face in real life, kind of thing. So I mean, to see so many
Yeah,
people having such high things to say about you, again, just goes to speak for who you are.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, I agree with you there. Actually, it actually all started. I don't know. I shouldn't really say. Well, it started last month because last month I don't know how I did it or who did it for me, but somehow YouTube got me as partner program. Somehow I don't know how they did it or who did it for me. But that really took me by surprise because the way I look at it this way is like, I'm just a console player. I'm a PS4 player. My subscribers is not very high like other people are. I'm a very low profile person. I have less than 1,000 subscribers. But when I opened up my email that one day and I seen that Giant sent me that email, and I'm going, nah, they're just pulling my leg, or it's a scam, so I just let it go. Well, then they email me back again the next day saying, congratulations. I'm going, okay. Yeah, I just let it go. Well, they kept emailing me about stuff. I'm going, okay, well, this is cool, but listen, guys, I'm a console player. How, and I'm on a PS4 that's what, years old. You know, I can't complete. You know, I can't keep up with the other guys that are on PS5 or PCs. I'm just a little tiny guy. But it just blows my mind. And then they want me to do like the gifted memberships and all that stuff. So like, I have no clue what I'm doing. Because I've never done this before. You know, uh, I could probably do it if I got on my son's computer upstairs, and get on my channel and maybe work things out through that way. But that's an intruding his privacy. That's his computer, not mine. So it just blew my mind when Giants did that for me. And ever since then, my channel it's been growing and growing and growing. It's like, well, why? I haven't done anything, guys. You know, I'm just me. Just me.
Well, I think it goes to show I mean, just from the several comments that we've gotten from Dust Bunny, Hillbilly Farmer, and so on and so forth, that people can tell that kind of authenticity that you have, that genuine kindness that you kind of extrude, and it translates into people wanting to follow you, even though you might not be on the latest consoles or on PC or anything like that. You like you said, you might not be competing with the
Oops.
latest and greatest, but you've got something that a lot of people out there don't have, and that's that kind of authenticity, that kindness that people gravitate to. So I
Well,
mean, like I said, it
well,
just based on these comments alone, that tells me that you're doing something right.
yeah. You can say that again. Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you. It was Greek Farms. I appreciate your kind words there. Everybody in this chat, You know, I'm reading through the chats here, and I tell you, you guys just blow my mind. You know, it's just I'm just a nice person. You know, all around nice person. You know, I had somebody. I think John Pepper mentioned this a long time ago. Even that question blew my mind. Yeah, it was stated back, oh God, a long time ago. John said to me, he goes, you should be up there with the big guys, where you got over 1,000 subscribers and all that. I'm going, well, maybe someday I'll be there, and slowly I'm climbing, maybe someday I'll be there, I'm not going to rush out and do things just to get my channel to grow faster. I'm just not that way. Just like donations. I don't accept no donations through nobody. I look at it this way. If there's something that I want, I'll go out and I'll get it myself. It may take me a while, but I'll get it. Um, just like the equipment that I got now. It took me months and months and months of saving up, but I got what I want. But I do appreciate it. The all that stuff. But I'm just me. It's me.
Let's see. So Gold Gaming says, loaded, you asking favorite streamer, ha ha ha. Gold Gaming, that's why I put in the caveat of originally I was saying non-FS related. So I did throw that one in there just to not muddy the waters. So Crummy River says, playing multiplayer with Mr. Whyknot, JP, and Miss Dust Bunny was a blast today. Like I said, I came in there for a little while during my break, and it looked like y'all were having so much fun. So, and it definitely translated out. So, like I said, if you haven't yet, go check out Whyknot's channel. It's linked in the description below. His Discord's also in my description. And go subscribe. Go check out the stream from today, because it was definitely a hoot watching them all just go and have some fun.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a blast. And actually, I don't think those Dust Bunny and Crimey Rivers and John Pepper, I don't think they even knew that I was going to do a Forest live stream today, because I didn't say nothing to nobody. And I'm going, I'll set it up and I'll just pretend it's as normal, farming. And then I kind of blew them their mind when I said, well, let's go up, go up top of the map up here and let's do some logging today. I didn't, if they didn't do good, that's fine. That's fine. As long as we had fun, that's what counts, and we all got along, I don't mind it one bit, I'd do it in a heartbeat again. So, and, anybody is welcome to join in, it's I try to keep it a clean and friendly, stream, but I'm only limited to 6 players or something like that on my end, but so, if you can make it, that's fine. If not, I understand, but,
let's see. Dust Bunny says, my sister was sweet and gifted me FS17, so now I can play it. And if I have any questions, I just ask Mr. Whyknot. She also says, Mr. Whyknot was kind enough to get on Discord voice chat and help me out when I shared my screen so he could tell me what I was doing wrong. Awesome kindness. Yeah, that sounds like it. That absolutely sounds like it. And Gold Gaming followed up with people like that is why we have such a great little community here. Yes, 100%. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree with him there. Yeah.
Dustbunny says, I have met several truly nice people since I've started playing FS and chatting in Discord. Crimey River says, 100% agree with you, Gold Gaming. Rambo Hacker Gaming, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Says, I'm watching this stream while doing some work. Very nice. Whiskey says, hey there, BDD. Whiskey, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic one. Again, thank you for the super chat earlier, and says hi there to Why Not. Let's see. We got Dust Bunny saying, "Welcome back, Mr. Whiskey," and thank you for your donation. We got Crimea River saying, "Hi there, Grandma Dusty." We got Miss Hillbilly saying hello and good evening, Miss Whiskey Creek. We got John Pepper saying hey to Whiskey. Whiskey then saying hi to Miss Hillbilly and to JP. We've got, let's see, I just lost my spot. There it is. Whiskey saying, Mr. Whyknot channel is awesome. We got Dust Bunny
Thank you.
saying, let's see, hello, grandson, Miss Whiskey Creek. We got Benji says, it's called Watch Hours That You Received. Yes, so Benji's referring to the reason why you became monetized. So what it sounds like is two things. You cross the threshold of subscribers, which I think to start your whole monetization thing is 500 subscribers and having X amount of watch hours. Once you exceed that, then it basically auto enrolls you into it.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm definitely over 500 subscribers.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, if I have
but
anything to do with it, hopefully we'll get you a few more here tonight, and people who may not be familiar with your content.
I do know that my watch hours are down there. I think the last time I looked, it was because I go back in that YouTube studio thing, and that's why I find out things. But I think that my watch hours are down, but I know my subs are good. So
let's see. Ken says, "Why not? That's going to change after streaming with BDD. LOL. You have more than 1,000 subscribers after today." Well, Ken, I think you're making me sound more important than what I really am, but I really appreciate the sentiment. Let's see. Gold Gaming says, just being me, that's the type that we like. Absolutely. Just somebody who's genuine and authentic, that's going to get you far in the world. We don't need a smoke show, says Gold Gaming. And let's see. I think... All right, I think we're all caught up with the chat for the most part. So, again, if you have any questions for Whyknot, go ahead and put them in the chat there, and I'll do my best to go ahead and catch up with them. Now we're going to move on to segment number 2, which is the meat and potatoes, emphasis on potatoes. Now, this is a section where we're going to go ahead and start to get to know you as a creator. Things that are going to be more centrally focused around Farming Simulator, and probably... the best one I can start out with, because you already answered one of the questions of, what was the story behind your username? So don't need to go into that one. But what was like the first Farming Simulator that you played ever?
My very first one I ever played was Farming Simulator. I have to say it was Farming Simulator 13. Actually, I have it right here on the shelf here for the PS3. When I first started playing it's different. It's definitely different, but everything's nothing. Well, everything's colored. Well, you start out on Gold Cross Valley. I mean, Westbridge Hills. You start out as a wheat field. You own, my goodness, you own a combine. I think 2 tractors, but the wheat field is like a gold color. The ground and the grass is like a yellowish color. It's weird, but the combine, you can only go so fast, because if you drive it in first person, if you go too fast, it'll give you a warning. It'll say slow down, or you're something to do with the speed of the combine. So you have to slow it down, go really slow. It was challenging, but I do have a video on that. I think I posted it in Discord, on my Discord, of it not too long ago. It's something to watch. It was, but no, that was my first game that I ever played. And then I got on Amazon, and I ordered FS15 for the PS3. So I played FS15 on the PS3 for, oh my goodness sakes, for years. Well, ever since FS17 came out. So that's been what, a couple of years, two at least 2 years. There's always a 2-year span there. So I played FS15 on PS3 until FS17 came out, and then I didn't have a PS4 at that time. So I had there was a Facebook marketing deal, website you can go to where you can just buy stuff off of people. So this guy was selling his PS4 for it was a PS4 with 2 controllers with 3 games, and I go, yeah, why not? So I bought that. Well, I turned around and I sold the 3 games at GameStop, and I bought FS17, for the PS3, PS4, I mean. So that's all that. Then everything else just fell in place, And now I have FS15, 17, 19, and 22 on a PS4. So that's all how that started. Kind of cool to go back and think about it, But that's how that all started. So, but no, but the very first map that actually came out on Farming Simulator was Giants. It was the first PC game that came out. Actually, Dagwood played on it too, back in FS08. So if you ever go to Dagwood's channel there and click on his old stuff, you'll bring way back when he started playing it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to go back and play on these older games.
And you said that your current system, so you're currently up to a PS4, which puts you at FS22, correct?
Yeah. 22 is my deadline. I can't go any further than that, though, because I don't have a.
So, what would you say is the largest difference between the FS13 version that you started and kind of cut your teeth on to the FS22? What would you say the biggest difference in the game is?
Between FS15 and FS22. Well, I would have to say the graphics. I would say the graphics, because if you never played on FS17 or 15, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But FS15 and FS17 has the best graphics you could ever imagine. That's on console, on PS3 or PS4, I mean. On my side, and through my eyes. But if you get FS19 and 22, their graphics, or whatever they done, 3D or whatever they did, it's not good. At least on my end, especially 19. 19, it's everything's really distorted or fuzzy looking. At least on my end it is. And that's the same way as on 22. Some of them are, some of the maps are, and some aren't. So I don't know if it's what they did, but I've had a lot of people say that FS17, that it is a very, very nice map to play on, especially Goldcrest Valley. So, I mean, if you never played on it, you never understand it, but that's because it's a base game, Goldcrest Valley is. Now, if you go on 17, there's a map on there that's called Lone Oak Farm, made by Bullet Bill. Now that's a real life farm in Oregon, and I tell you what, that is a one nice map to play on. It's very, very nice and detailed, you know, from being a modded map, you know, for 17. I know it was brought to 19, but I don't like it. You know, I play on it, but it's not the same. You know, it's different. But that's just me. You know, there's a big difference between, you know, FS 15 and 17 and 19 and 22. You know, it's all different. You know, especially the graphics. You know, I'm thankful for the people that make the mods and make the maps. You know, very thankful for them. You know, if it wasn't for those guys, I don't think this game would even go anywhere. You know, because back in FS 15 on PS4, you can get DLC for it for FS 15, but you have to pay for it, and that's only like I don't know, $5 or something like that. It's pretty cheap, but it's different. Tell you that. At least on my end, it is. You know.
Gotcha. I just need to pause the stream for just 1 second. I'll be right back
Sure.
with you. Can you just hold on just 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so sorry about that. I had to go wish the missus good night. She's getting ready to run off to bed. Let's see.
That's not a problem.
So, you played on 13, 15, 17, 19, and now 22 is the latest and greatest that you played on. Now, you're spanning over a decade worth of farming simulator content right there. I mean, that's number one. That's incredible. That's a really long time. About the closest thing that I've come to when it comes to that kind of consistency in the game, because I started Farming Simulator back in like FS19. So I'm still relatively new to the scene. But spanning all those different years, all the 13, 15, 17, 19, and 22, what of all of those would you say contains, like, which game contains your favorite map? Or actually, you know, better question. Which game is your favorite out of all the ones that you've played?
I would have to say FS 17. I have to say that one because the graphics, and if you never played on it, you know, it's a very, very nice game. You know, even they do have, well, actually 17 FS 17 they actually came out with the first season. I think I did a video on that, but I can redo another video on it. But 17 actually came out the first season on it, and it was quite a deal back then. You know, if you go to your mods on 17, it's not like it is on 19 or 22 where everything's in categories. On 17, it was pretty much, I don't know, you'll put it, scattered, you know, like in tractors. It should be all tractors. Well, I think there's some trucks in there and some other stuff in there that I consider as like shouldn't even be there because it's a tractor. You know, should be a tractor category. But it's no, I have to say 17. 17 does have not a whole lot of maps. You know, and I don't know. I can't tell you how many there are right offhand. You know, but I know there is. Let me see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There might be maybe 4 or 6 maps in that game that is actually based on real life. You got Lone Oak, and then you have one from Billet Bill, actually 2 from Billet Bill. One where he's at, where he's at right now. Creamery. There's one in Creamery. It's called Creamy, in Maryland. There's a couple other ones too that I think they're pretty cool. That it's based on a real life farm, you know. But no, I have to say 17 is so. Crimea Rivers. I hope you have a good night, and thanks for stopping in.
Oh, Crimea River's taking off. All right, Crimea River, well, have yourself a great night, and you take care, and we'll see you again next time. So 17's your favorite out of all the titles you played up until this point. Which map would you say is your favorite on FS17?
I would have to say, well, you can go either way. If it's a base map, I have to say Goldcrest Valley. But if it's a modded map, I have to say Lone Oak Farm. You know, because that's it's based on a real life farm. And actually, I'm a real good friend of the family that actually lives on that farm. Yeah, him and I, we've chatted. You know, he's one of my supporters, and I'm not going to say his name or anything like that. You know, just to keep it privacy. You know,
Of
but
course.
he's a good, you know, he's a good friend. I'd say Lone Oaks.
Well, and like I said, I started on FS19, so my familiarity with Lone Oak was back from FS19, and I thought, only because I didn't have the experience with 17, that it was an absolutely gorgeous map. I mean, just everything about it was just top tier, and it was one of the ones that when 22 came out, I was the most disappointed didn't come to 22. So it was just one of those kind of gut punches, you know what I mean? And definitely was saddened by that one. So I can completely understand why you were like, why you would say Lone Oak and Goldcrest Valley, because again, also Goldcrest Valley, an amazing map. Played it pretty much. I played a ton in 19. I played it quite a bit in 22 before I started the channel and whatnot. See what I did there? But no, it just you picked you stated 2 incredible maps. And unfortunately, my experiences wasn't with the same not same system, but the same title as yours. But I mean, based on my experiences with the latter titles, they were incredible. So how much of your day would you say consists of playing and making farming simulator content?
Well, there's also another map too that it's one of my favorites too that I play a lot on. That's on FS15. That would be the Bajome map. That's another. It's it's not a United States map or anything like that, but that is another awesome map to play on. It's got a lot of fields and a lot of a lot of trees. If you follow me on my channel, you'll see it. I play on it a lot. I don't, but I'm not trying to avoid your question or anything like that. But it just dawned on me when you're talking about that.
Okay, so how long would you, or how much of your day would consist in playing and making farming simulator content? Like just kind of a rough guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say maybe 4 hours. I'd say something like that. Maybe.
Okay,
Because it'd be 2 hours for be 2 hours for a stream, and then I usually just get out and just sneak around and play, But
okay, so not, I mean, not terribly much time. It's
no,
okay. So I asked you what were some of your favorite maps from 17. What is your least favorite map from 17?
oh my goodness, it would be. Um, I can't think of the name of it. It's got over 500 and something megabytes on it. It's got a lot of megabytes, but the map is really tiny. Can't think of it right offhand.
So it's just one of
And
those
then I
kind of
have a
maps that's small but loaded with detail?
yeah, 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 yeah. It was the very first modern map they actually gave the 17. I can't think of what it was right offhand.
So I know that you're not on FS25, but if
No.
you had the power to snap your finger and say, this map from years past, I want to bring to 25 for everyone else to enjoy, what would that map be?
I would love to see Lone Oaks, but I highly doubt that would even come. I know that for a fact, but I want to say, well, the longest, it wouldn't surprise me that they'll bring in Westbridge Hills, because that maps has been around for years, for years. That came out on FS. I think that came out on 13. I think it is. Let me look and see here. Yeah, I'd say that map. Because that's the longest map. Because every game has that map on it. You know.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
Westbridge
Westbridge
Hills,
Hills.
that one
Yeah,
there has
yeah,
received like several iterations from several different modders
yeah.
over the years. There was one version in last year's game, and I cannot remember who it was off the top of my head. Um, I almost want to say it was Zero Ito who made a version of it. That
That might be true.
I personally thought that version was stunning. Like the map itself, like the bones of it from what I presume is the days of FS13 are just absolutely fantastic. It's just a very nice, crisp, clean map. It's got nice little features, kind of tattered around the map, like the drive-in off to the west. There's the hills and the kind of mountain-y area towards the east, the train line that runs through the middle of the map. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous map all throughout the time that I played it. But there was something about Zero Ito's version that just really kind of kicked it up to the next level for me personally. And that one there, that map, it's definitely got a soft spot in my heart. Um, let's see. So what was one of the things that when you got FS22 and you started playing it and whatnot, you and you started playing it and you were trying to like figure out everything and go through it all and kind of wrap your head around it. What was the one thing that you were kind of hoping was going to be in that version of the game that either wasn't there or wasn't done to a level that you thought it could have been done?
Well, first of all, when I first get on there, I started playing on Elm Creek, and I thought at first I thought, oh, this is a nice little town, but then you stop and think, you could compare that map to Gold Crust Valley and 17. There's a difference. You know, um, there's nobody walking around. It's not really an actual town. It's just a what do you call it? A flyby. I call it a flyby because there's a road that goes right down the main road, main highway. Just right through town.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there. And now if you go to Gold Crust Valley on 22, you take a look at that map, and you tell me now they put a lot of effort, in making that map. Even though it's a base game map, but you take a look at that map. It's a whole lot different. That's the way I look at it. Uh, I'm not. I don't play FS22 as much. You know, except for multiplayer. There's only certain maps that I have that I play on 22. I think there's only like 4 or 5 maps that I play on it. That's just my favorite maps. All through the years. Uh, one of them is made by Mac Trucker, Newfoundland, New Newfoundland, USA map or something like that it's called. That's one of my favorite maps because it's got a lot of fields in it. Not big fields, but a lot of fields where you can actually build your own farm on it. Or be a good multiplayer map. I actually built my own family farm on that map. It's in one of my videos that I have. It's way back. I haven't played on it. It's been a while, but no, I have to say that it's a big difference between everything. But I don't now 25. I've seen people play the couple maps on that. I don't know what it actually really looks like. Overall. But give it time. The game will probably come out better. It's just going to get time, just like in the other game. It's going to be a lot of bugs in it. And the more mods will be coming out. Just give it time. Just like any other game. That's all I have to say about 25.
Well, and hopefully one of these days you can get into the FS25 space and be able to continue to create content for that as well. Certainly would love to see you keeping your streak alive, especially considering that you're going all the way back from 13. I mean, that would be a nice little streak you got going there, going from, like I said, 13, 15, 17, 19, 22, on to 25. So maybe one day we'll see you streaming some FS25 stuff.
Yeah, maybe someday. And someday. No, that's it's just my pleasure that I can go back as far as that and still play the game. And I still have people comment on my games. It's like, and I just every day I come in my office, around, and I just get on here, turn it on, and whatever game I don't play on, I'll just play on it, and then what map I And then I stop and think, well, let's play on this map and let's go from there. Unless somebody asks me to do something for them, and then I'll try. That's funny. Yeah, that is the map that East Finland, USA map. That's the one.
Okay. So, do you have like a streaming schedule? So, like when you go out there and whatnot, uh, do you sit there and say, okay, well, on Mondays I'm going to play 13, on Tuesdays I'm going to do 15, and so on and so forth? Or do you just like, you know what, I'm feeling like playing on 17 today, so let me go ahead and pop that into the system?
No, I don't. I don't write down anything. I just whatever pops to my mind and whatever game I want to play on. I just play on it. Lately I've been streaming in the mornings at 10 o'clock. So that's my streaming time. And then I get done streaming and I have my lunch and take a little nap, and I get back on here after I wake up and either do a video or download mods that I need or something like that. But I do try to at least get a video out a day. At least try to get one. Sometimes I can't. But at least I try to get one out.
Well, and they say that consistency is key. So that's excellent that you're at
Yeah.
least trying to get it out on a daily basis. So that definitely goes to help you out. So what style of map do you prefer to play on, for whether personal or whether it's for your streaming content? Do you prefer like the more wide open, like American style maps with big fields, big farms, and all that? Or do you prefer more of a kind of UK, tight, compact farms, real small, encased fields, or something in between?
Um, I really don't like the big farms. The farms with the big fields. To me, that's just a waste of your time. That's just the way I look at it. I mean, you waste your most of your time is you cultivating a field that's going to take you forever. Unless you can fast farm it real fast. Um, Me, I like small to medium sized farms. Like like Lone Oak and or Gold Crust. Medium sized farms. With medium sized fields. Yeah, there's a couple of fields that are big. But I don't. I usually like USA maps, but there's one, Bojome. That's the only map that I've liked so far. That's not US. I try to stick with the USA maps. Nothing wrong with the other maps at all. Um,
So, what style of farming do you prefer to do? Do you just prefer to do just regular, you know, take your equipment, throw some seed into the ground, and grow some fields like arables? Do you prefer to do forestry? Do you like grass care? What would you say is your kind of favorite thing to do around the farm on FS?
um, it's just plain old farming. Like the old days. Nothing fancy. Just plow it. Seed it, combine it. Uh, you can fertilize it, but if you want. But no, I just like the old kind of farming. Old style. Um, equipment wise, I like the older style. The older equipment. Now I like the John Deere's that came out on 22, like the John Deere 420s and all that stuff. Those are pretty cool equipment. The older style kind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like those kind of tractors, even the combines, stuff like that. I like to use, some people think it's kind of crazy of doing it, but I enjoy doing it. I like the old equipment, I'm not a big fan of the big equipment, yeah, they do more, but I like the old fashioned way,
Absolutely. No, and kind of an added benefit to having some of the older equipment too is it tends to be a little bit cheaper. So when you're first starting out your series, they tend to be more reasonable to pick up and be able to do a lot of the work around the farm at that point in time. So do you do a lot of the contract system in the latter versions of the game? I think the contracts came out roughly around 17-ish, if I'm not mistaken. Um, are you a fan of doing contracts, or do you tend to stay away from them?
Talk about contracts. Actually, FS15 has contracts, or
Okay.
they're called missions, but to me they're contracts. I'm not a big fan of them, but I started doing a contract in FS15. It was their contracts or missions they call it back then. They're funny. They're weird to explain. But you have two of them. You have a pallet. You got to haul a pallet somewhere, or you mow grass. Well, I picked the ones that mow grass. And it's the last 2 times I've done a contract on FS15 it's the same field. So I get more and I mow the grass. Well, then, boom, there's your money. You're done. You have either you got 2 minutes or 5 minutes to wait for another contract to come up, So you could either pick either the pallet one or mowing one, But no, I'm not really a fan of the contracts. I know they make a lot of money for you, I have done contracts in 17, but just nah, I'm not a contract guy, Nothing wrong with it, I don't see nothing wrong doing contracts, but I'm just not a contract guy.
So let's say somebody came by your channel and they were inspired by you, what you do, and the content that you create. What is the one piece of advice that you would give if they were to say, what would you recommend that I do if I wanted to follow in the same vein as you?
Just don't give up, just don't give up, somebody told me a long time ago that if you do one video a day or one video a week, hey, that's good enough. If you do 2 a week or 3 a week, that's fine. At least you're getting something out, out there on YouTube land. At least you're getting there slowly. You'll get there in time. Look at me. I mean, I started way, way, way back, and look at me. I'm just climbing the hill. Uh, I had nobody to look up to, or tell me, this, you shouldn't be doing this, or you shouldn't be doing that. You should be doing this, or you should be doing this. I just did it myself. It's taken me a long time. And I've seen people. I check out other people's, channels, and I'm going, boy, they sure climbed the ladder pretty fast within a year. Boom, they're way up there. Okay. Then I look at the next person, and I go, okay, well, he's halfway, there. You know, um, no, it just takes time. It just takes time. If as long as you love the game, and if you got the patience to sit down and play the game, hey, go for it. You know, as long as you have fun doing it, that's what counts. And I've helped quite a few people out just starting their channels out. I mean, like Nuclear Salmon. Him when I first met him, he wasn't too far, you know. So when he went live, I jumped on his channel and his live streams, and I reached out to everybody and you know say, hey, he's live, and you know, you should subscribe and check him out, you know. And then there's somebody else. I did the same thing to them, you know. You know, as long as you're putting the effort out there, you know, I don't mind helping you out, you know. But just don't stab me in the back, you know. You know, I don't mind helping you out, but no, it just takes time. Takes time.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely slow and steady wins the race. That's definitely a good bit of advice. Um, so in the last Farm Sim talk that we had here with Farmer Sim, he ended up telling us a story of one of the most memorable moments that he had on YouTube and being a content creator was when a soldier in the Ukraine war ended up reaching out to him and basically telling him how his videos has been basically helping him to, you know, deal with uh, the struggles of war. What would you say is one of the most memorable moments from your content creating career so far?
Holy mackerels. I have to say, I think it was back in FS19, I think it was. And I was playing on the base game. And I was on a multiplayer. And I don't think I was live streaming. I think I was just sitting there playing multiplayer by myself. And this guy asked me if I could join in. I said, sure, you know. So he joined in. And him and I talked and played, you know, for a while. And he asked me if I'll be back on the next day. I said, yeah, I'll be on. So we got on and played again, you know. About a week went on, you know, him and I just played back and forth and chit chatted, you know, just talk. And he goes, thank you. I said, you're welcome. He goes, well, I'm going to be shipped off next week, so I probably won't talk to you again. And I said, well, okay, well, good luck and thank you for playing along, you know. I never heard from him since. You know, it just, I don't know what the deal was, you know, and I didn't know what he was going through, anything like that. But I have to say, it was that, you know, back in 19, I think. And I don't know if he was, you know, if he was in the Army or Navy or anything like that. I have no clue, you know, but I never heard anything from him since. So, you know, makes you wonder, you know.
Oh, absolutely. It's like two ships passing in the night. You know, you never know where each other are going, but you know that you met there at one point, and
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird experience because you know you kind of open yourself up and you realize like you know things exist outside of the world that you have created for yourself. And especially being in a space like this where you're able to actually uh, get to meet so many people, you know, out in the world that you would normally never get to meet. Um, it's a incredible experience. And it's very kind of humbling to a certain degree, where you get to, you know, kind of get brief glimpses into people's worlds, um, and you get to take in the good, the bad, and the ugly at times. And like I said, it's something that's I've said numerous times that it's just one of the most unexpected things about being a content creator. Now, let's take FS22 as its most recent iteration of the game that you've played up until this point. If you had one mod and you're only allowed to download this one mod, what mod would it be?
It would be. I'm glad you brought that up. I thought about this today as I was sitting there looking, because above my TV, because I have a 32-inch Samsung TV as my monitor or whatever you want to call it. Above that is a shelf. Well, I have two tractors up there. Two are John Deere tractors. One's a John Deere 4020 with a cab on it. It's identical to one on 22. Besides that one, there's an international. What's it? What? Farmall H.
Okay.
So I have to pick the red one, Farmall International H, because actually that tractor was brought in from FS13, because FS13 had that same tractor in it. So I have to say that one.
That is definitely a beauty tractor. I absolutely adored that tractor in 22. I actually downloaded that and used it quite a lot. So we're well aware that there's so many creators out there, whether they're map makers, modders, whatever the case may be. Who would you say is your favorite modder to date?
Well, actually, I can't. I can't say just one, because that's just favoritism to everybody else. So I have to say all of them. And that includes the people that make the maps. Um, I've heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard it takes months and years to make one map for FS, and that I do believe. I know there's a Action Davis coming out with one. I know that. That's gonna be one. It'll heck of a nice map. He's a good moderator. Map maker, I guess. But no, I have to say all of them are. It doesn't matter. Hey, you put your time and effort in making one. I'm making a mod or a map or something like that. So I can't credit just one person. I have to say all of them. I think they all have done a fantastic job on all of them. Like I said, if it wasn't for those guys, I don't think this game would have even gone any further. That's my point of view on it. Um,
And I 100% agree with you on that. I don't think that Farming Simulator would have lasted anywhere near as long if it wasn't for the modding community specifically, because without the mod hub and us only getting maybe 2 to 4 maps a year would have been just a complete no-go for so many people. I mean, it would be something that Giants would have had to either putting out regular updates to keep it fresh and interesting. I don't know. I don't see it having the legs that it's had, there's been several iterations before you jumped in 2013. I don't know exactly when the first one was. I want to say it was '07. I could be wrong about that. But I don't think it would have lasted anywhere near as long as it has without that mod hub. So I 100% agree with you on that. Now, the last
yes.
question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Actually, FS15 did have mods, but it was, there was only like, I think 3 or 4. Well, wasn't very many of them, But that I can't really say who they were, One of them is still around. I think he still makes the mods. If I catch his name, I know who he is. But yeah, they didn't. they didn't have too many. Most of them was the trailers, tippers. You know, I think there was 2 tippers in there, and I think there's a loader wagon. I think it was back then. You know, but there was only just those 3 that I know of. You know, I could be wrong. I can go back and look, but.
So actually 2 questions left in this segment, and then we'll move on to the next, and we'll catch up with the chat. So,
Sure.
if you had the ability to make mods and make maps personally, what would be the first mod that you would want to bring to all platforms?
Actually, I've asked people, well, the people that I know that actually make mods, you know, I don't know if they actually do in real life or not, but I have asked just a comment, you know, about making a what's it, the 1204 or something like that. It's a John Deere hay bind. It's an older style one because we have one here in real life. It's a, I think it's a 1204 or 1205, something like that. But it's a hay bind. It's like the one on FS22 on their. They have one, the John Deere, under what mowers, I think it is. But the hay bind that I'm thinking about, like the one we have here in real life. Okay, we cut grass. Well, that grass with that hay bind, it cuts the grass as it rotates, and it shoots it out the back. Well, it somehow it turns into hay. You know, it's I got pictures of it on my phone, and so I sent a picture to it one time. Somebody was talking about making something, so I just posted a picture of it. One guy came back and goes, "Oh, nice equipment you got there." That's all it was said. You know, I was like, okay, well, at least I got my point across. You know, like hint, hint. You know, why can't you make one of these? I mean, you got a heat mine already made in 22, a John Deere one. Why can't you do one like this one? You know, all you need is a combine header, you know, that rotates, you know, and stick it on there and make it go up and make the grass go out the back of it. You know, there you go. You know.
Yeah, that
But
definitely
no, I
sounds
have
like.
to say that.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said I have to definitely say that one. You know, if I could make one, I'd make one of those. You know, what really floors me in 22 is the equipment that we have here in real life where I'm at right now. Is if you go on my family farm on my YouTube channel, you'll see the equipment that I have here in real life, because actually I live on a farm, and the equipment that I have on my family farm is what we have here in real life, or real close to it. You know, especially the tractors and the equipment. You know, and the land and the house and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. But I have to say the hay vine.
And it definitely sounds like that would be a really good one to bring in. Now, kind of along the same vein, what if you had the ability to make it yourself? If you could make a map based off of somewhere in real life, other than Lone Oak, where would you make the map? And it doesn't have to be
Actually,
like
I
a
would.
specific farm or anything like that. Just like a kind of a general area would also suffice.
Yeah, I would say. See, when I was 10 or like 10 or 12 years old, we lived on a farm. We didn't do anything. We didn't do no farming. We rented the house, but then we had chickens and rabbits and horses. But we lived on a farm, had a creek that ran right down the middle of the farmland. I have to say that because that farm brought back a lot of memories, because they had a house, a horse stable, a chicken coop, a huge barn, a couple of buildings that had farm equipment in it, and if I remember right, it had the old stuff in it, so I have to. If I could make a map like that, I would. Brought back a lot of memories, that place did. But out of curiosity, I looked it up one day on Google Maps to see if I can see if that farm is still around. And nope, they flattened it, so everything was gone, even the trees and everything like that. It's like, holy mackerels.
Yeah, and that's real sad when
Yeah.
when you got those old farms that you remember from growing up. I have a very similar situation where I grew up. Yeah, it's one of those. It's a really disheartening thing to see. So I completely understand what you're saying with that. Now, that is the end of that segment. Let's go ahead and read through the chat here and kind of catch up. So I think I last left off with Ken. Let's see. I think I left. Yes. So Gold Gaming says, just being me, that's the type of. Nope, I did read that. I was a little bit further down. Let's see. I think Whiskey Creek said, too bad that I had to work when I started work. We've got Dust Bunny says, please hit the like button, folks. Mr. BDD appreciates the support. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the support. Thank you very, very much. Whiskey attached your YouTube channel. Did I? No? No, okay. Let's see. Dust Bunny says, Lone Oak Farms has the most gorgeous sunsets I've ever seen. Yeah, that's honestly what I remember about it too, especially with that one lone oak just sitting up on top of the hill there. Just absolutely gorgeous. You could get some amazing screenshots off of it. Let's see. Will T Gaming says, I remember playing... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Will said, I remember playing FS 15, 17, 19, 22, and now 25. Yeah, see, so Will's almost as far back as you are there.
Yeah, yes.
Let's see. Crummy River says, I hate to cut this short, but my nighttime meds are kicking in. Mr. Whyknot, you did an awesome interview. Bless you, sir, and have a great night. Have a good night, everyone. Well, like I said, Crummy River, we gave you a shout out earlier, but I'll go ahead and do it again. Hope you have yourself an amazing night. You take care, and we'll see you again next time. Let's see, we got Rambo Hacker Gaming says, for me, the biggest change from the early FS games was mods getting added and the improved graphics with each one. I could absolutely see that being the case. Like I said, my experiences are from 19 forward, so my biggest kind of changes I would see is more of the mechanics, the things that had changed for them from there. Because with the exception of 25, the visualizations really didn't much change per se from 19 to 22. It was mainly the mechanics and the way that things kind of worked from one version to the next. But 25 is a whole nother beast. Absolutely gorgeous game. Will says, Whyknot has wanted to go back and play older games now. LOL. Has wanted to go back and play older games now. Dust Bunny says, good night to Crimea River. We got... Let's see. Dust Bunny saying commercial break. Grab a drink and take a potty break. Mr. BDD will return shortly. Thank you for your support. Yes, thank you again, Dust Bunny. Very much appreciate you greatly. Will says I'm heading off to bed. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good night, Will. Thanks for stopping in. Take care, and we'll see you again next time. We got Mr. Little Miss Brooks, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Says hello. We got Rambo Hacker says have a good night, Crimea River. We got, let's see. Got Little Miss Brooks saying watching the game and it's funny to watch them trying. Let's see. Also says, let's see. Dustman says, I'm so glad you were able to make it, Little Miss Brooks. Little Miss Brooks says, yeah, I'm always so tired, LOL. And also says, working 15-hour days now. Wow. That's a long work day right there. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see. Benji says, South Mountain Creamery. Little Miss Brooks said, love that map. Dust Bunny says, my goodness, Miss Brooks, that makes for a long day. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, after working 15 hours, I greatly appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with us tonight. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. We got, let's see, she said that she's working so much, it's so hard. Work tomorrow, next day off. Well, that's good. At least you got a day coming off here pretty soon. Let's see. We got Rambo Hacker says, so sad Bullet Bill isn't doing maps anymore. Loved Lone Oak in FS19. Yes, that it was an absolute tragedy when Bullet Bill decided not to do maps anymore. Made some absolutely gorgeous ones. But to your point earlier there, why not? You're saying how you heard that it takes so long to do mods and do maps. There was one gentleman I spoke to a while back. His name is Soaring Eagle. Was part of the either is part of or was part of. I'm not sure which. Was it this? Not Soggy Bottom Boys. That's a movie. I cannot remember the group name. Anyways, if anybody knows the group I'm talking about, please put it in the chat because I just cannot remember off the top of my head. But he ended up creating a map, and it was a map on Montana, and I think it was Montana. Anyways, the map, he said, took him over a year from start to finish. That's including all the updates that had to be pushed out and all that stuff. So, I mean, modders and map makers, they take a long time, to put out all this content and all this stuff that we take advantage of and get for free. So any chance that you get to say, hey, thank you to a map maker, to a modder, take the opportunity because they work very hard for us. Let's see.
Yes,
go ahead.
Yes, I do know who you're talking about, Silver Wings or something like that. I do know who he is. Yeah. I have been on. Matt is his partner. I can't think of their last names, but they used to stream a lot. But I don't know. Lately, they haven't done anything. But I do know who he is. His maps are very nice. I think I've been on them. Been on a couple of them. I know that. Flat Bottoms, I think it's called, or something like that. I'm not sure,
It's something along those lines.
Yeah. But I do know who he is. So
let's see. Dustbunny says, "Oh my, sometimes I think working for a family is harder than not." Little Miss Brooks says, "Stress T, be perfect, LOL." Benji says, "A Bailing Craig." Little Miss Brooks says, "Oh my, I love Lone Oak." Oh, it was a gorgeous map, an absolutely gorgeous map. Rusty looks like he was correcting spelling, called Bjornholm. We got Rambo Hacker saying Zero Ito did it. Yes, that's what I thought. It was Zero Ito. Little Miss Brooks says, wondering if we can bring it back to FS25 Lone Oaks. I mean, possibly if somebody goes out and picks up the project, but I don't know how many people are going to be up for that task, because that would be some pretty big shoes to fill, and I don't know if there's any kind of like agreements between modders of, hey, these are the things I made. Like, I think people would actually have to go out and contact Bullet Bill in order to be like, hey, can I make this for later iterations, kind of thing. um and I think he's able to say no, for whatever reason. So I'm not quite sure how all that works out, but I know there's certain things that can kind of hinder uh, people putting out mods and stuff like that. Let's see. Mama Bear Farman says, hello, Mama Bear. How are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Thank you for stopping in. We got Dust Bunny says, Goldcrest Valley 22 by Celebuki is the one Whyknot plays. Yeah, so the one from Celebuki is an amazing map maker. I love how they add in all the little like nooks and crannies to their maps, like all the custom productions for FS22 being kind of placed around in all the various spots within the town there on Goldcrest Valley, to like incorporate those kind of what would have been dead buildings, just basically window dressing buildings as I call them. um, him utilizing some of those buildings to really kind of bring forth the liveliness to the town area. It's just next level. Absolutely love that map. Let's see. We got Mama Bear says New Jersey map is a really good map to play on. Yes, the East Vineland, New Jersey, says Dust Bunny by Mac Trucker. Absolutely a fantastic map. Oh, and the chat just moved on me. There we go. We got Mama Bear saying Whyknot Gaming is an awesome person to play Farm Sim with.
she she she's quite a gal. That woman is Mama Bear from. She's quite a gal. And the way I say that is because I first met her. She was doing logging, and she was having a hard time doing logging. So I was watching her or something like that, and then I asked her, I said, "You want some help, or something like that?" And so I was helping her do some logging on Elm Creek, and so that's how her and I met. It was in the woods. So, well, no, she's quite a gal. She's quite a gal.
But see, that goes back to what we were saying earlier about how it's amazing the connections that you get to make doing what it is that you get to do. So it's just amazing the people that we get to run into and the lives that we get to touch throughout our 10 years of making content. So that's incredible. That's an awesome story, and I love hearing these kind of stories from not just creators, but just anybody in general. Just people who are going out and it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna try and hop into a random game that I see, and I've heard several stories of people just hopping into a random game and and they just stick around for hours, days, weeks, and they're just continuing for so much time. It's a fantastic thing to hear, and again, it just goes to show the level of community that we have here in the farming simulator space. It's absolutely amazing.
It is. It is. It is very amazing. Yeah. And another shout out to little Miss Brooks. She is quite a gal. If you ever stop by one of her stream videos one day, once, and watch her, she's quite a gal. She's another friend of mine. I always pick on her. I know she works a lot of hours, but she has some funniest videos you ever seen. They're just funny to watch. She's quite a gal.
That's awesome. I'll definitely have to go check it out.
Yeah, I advise you to. She's quite a gal, I tell you that.
And let's see. Little Miss Brooks says, I watch his videos at night before I hit the bed. Very nice. Let's see. Dust Bunny says, Miss Mama Bear Farman and Little Miss Brooks, you should watch the replay of the live stream Mr. Whyknot did today. Miss Crimea River and myself and Mr. John Pepper joined to help him log.
Yeah, that was quite a stream that day. That one is.
And I will attest to it. It is, like I said, I stopped in for a few minutes and it just looked like an absolute riot. I wish if I wasn't at work at that point in time, I would have stuck around for a lot longer because it was fun.
Yeah. The reason I had a lot of when I was going to have people ask me, how come I stream in the mornings? It's because this is the way I look at it. Uh, I'm home during the day. So I could do my stream and my videos during the day. The people that work during the day, their free time is at night or at the evening. So I, to me, I let them have their time. I don't I don't like going. I don't like streaming over other people that are my friends. That's just not right. But I've I've heard people say, no, go ahead and do it. Well, just like the last two times I've done my live streams, a nuclear salmon's been live. So I'm going, well, I hate to walk on your toes there, buddy. But so I went, all right. The people that come on my stream, I asked them nicely, please go over and give nuclear salmon a hi and a like and tell them that I sent you over there. Um, I don't mean to step on anybody else's toes, but I guess it's a free country, but still, that's why I stream in the mornings, um, so I always let other people have their time during the evening, sometimes I'll do one, an evening live stream, but not very often do I do one, but it's relaxing, that's when I spend most of my time watching videos is usually in the evenings, but that's the only reason why I do mine, in the mornings. So
Well, that makes sense, and that it's awfully considerate of you. I mean, especially in this space, um, there's so much hustle and bustle of people trying to create and do that they don't put that level of thought into when or why or how they're going to make their content. They just make it and push it out there. But you're trying to be conscious of all the other people that you've come across along the way, and even if that could per se negatively affect your ability to get further ahead, you're okay with it. You're willing to kind of put yourself, you know put everybody else in front of you in order to you know allow them their space, and that's incredibly generous.
well, thank you. I thank you. I appreciate that. I've always been that way all through my life. I always have let others go first. Just like opening doors for older people. Or just small things. Go ahead. Or waiting in line at a cashier or something. No, go ahead and go in front of me. I'm just that way. Um,
Well, and again, it
even the
just
last
sorry, go ahead.
even the last two jobs that I had, I've always respect, the people that I work with, just the way I am, because I before I got um, before I retired, I was actually a manager, and oh, I was managing four other people underneath me, and so I always told them, I'm not trying to boss you around anything, even though I'm your manager, but you know, things got to be done, this way because I have my boss that I have to listen to, So I'm just not telling you what to do anything, but you should understand that, I'm doing my job, You should know what you have to do. So, but no, I have to say that my last two jobs, I love them. I love it. If I could go back and do it, I definitely would do it in a heartbeat. But
Let's see. So we got Nacho Cast and Pippa. How you both doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And she's saying hello to you as well. Why not? Let's see. We got Miss Hillbilly saying the Rams 27, the Vikings 9. Also saying, and you wanted me to take the Vikings. After a score like that, be thankful you didn't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Little Miss Brooks says the Vikings didn't do good at all. Yeah, no, that's definitely not a good showing there. The Rams did good. Yeah, that's pretty good as well. Let's see. We got Miss Hillary says the last time I took the Vikings is when they played the Lions, and I got my handed to me. So the reason I'm laughing is I'm pretty certain I know exactly what game that you're talking about there, because that tends to be the Thanksgiving Day game when they play the Vikings, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and I remember that game. So, yeah. And being formerly from Michigan, I'm not a huge Detroit Lions fan or anything, but I hear they're doing well this year.
Oh, those Lions they're doing good. So.
It's very foreign territory from being from Michigan, watching them and growing up with them my whole life, and them always being kind of, down at the bottom of the barrel and not doing anything to kind of advance their stage in the game, to now all of a sudden they're like number one with the best seed and all this stuff, and it's like, what just happened? Let's see. So we got Benji's the Shanty Boys. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the Shanty Boys. Oh my goodness, that was driving me nuts. Benji, you are an all-star. Thank you. Let's see. Rainbow Hacker Gaming says Bullet Bill said he won't allow anyone to convert it. Yeah, that's what I thought was going on there, which is a real shame. I mean, but again, I understand. You put in all that time and love and into an asset like that, you don't give it up too easy. So hopefully, maybe one day it gets converted. We'll see. That's sad. That's real sad, though. Let's see. And I think, Whiskey Creek put in a link to Little Miss Brooks. Thank you, Whiskey. Greatly appreciate it. It was the last game of the season. Oof. Yeah, so not a good way to end it. Gold Gaming says, ladies and gents, I have to call it a night. Y'all are amazing. Have a great night. Well, thank you, Gold. Greatly appreciate you. And big shout out to Gold Gaming as well. Has been helping me out a ton in the background for this particular series. So, Gold, thank you so much for everything that you've done up until this point. Greatly, greatly appreciate you. You have a great night and you take care. And it looks like I am caught up with the chat. So at this point, we're going to go into the last and final segment here called Silage Wrapping Up. This is where we're going to be kind of closing things out and, bring things to its final conclusion. So we kind of addressed all the questions. Actually, no, we didn't address all the questions from the audience. I do have 2 additional ones that were messaged to me. Let me bring those up really quickly. So the first one coming from Ken Adlam. He says, out of all the farm sims, which is the most popular sim to play?
I have to say, my favorite would be 17.
Yeah, we did kind of answer that one earlier. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me.
That's all right.
The next one and the final one that was messaged to me was from Farmer King George. Farmer King George, thank you so much for reaching out and asking this question. Says, how did you get into making content on YouTube? Which, again, we also answered that earlier in the stream. It was you watching and observing your children and saying, why not?
That's right. That's pretty much what it was.
So that's you know what, I absolutely love that as a kind of origin story. Um, is just kind of the why not, and just going into the unknown with, your head held high and just moving forward. That's amazing. And it's just like you've been saying this whole night, just that slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. So that's absolutely fantastic. Kiwi Sim Farmer, hello from New Zealand. Enjoy the chat. Awesome, Kiwi. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And now we're going to start wrapping things up. So, the way we're going to do that is first talk about any future plans or projects that you have in the either in your head as how you want to kind of proceed in your channel, or things that you actually have kind of fleshed out. Do you have any future plans or projects?
No, not really. No, because I don't really plan anything out. I take one day at a time. That's the way I look at it. Just take one day at a time. Um, I had a saying one time, but I lost it. But it's quite a thing to read. But no, but the bottom line is that the bottom of it said just take one day at a time. So that's what I've been doing. And I can't look any further, and I can't look back. So
Well, I
I
can
just go from there.
I can absolutely respect that. 100% respect that. That's not often that you find, individuals who will sit there and just do. Put in the work, put in the effort, and just kind of go from there. It's a very rare trait that you see nowadays. A lot of people out there nowadays will sit there and kind of flail about, not know what they want, not know how to do it, not know how to get there, and they're just kind of sitting there just treading water. But it's like the quicksand parable. You just lay back and just kind of float, and you eventually work your way out, work your way out, work your way out. And it sounds like to me that you are just determined to go. And that's, to me, that's incredible.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just take one day at a time. I want to give out to. I think he's already left the chat, but Whyknot Gaming. He was live streaming. I think it was last night or something like that. I stopped in there. It was just him. So him and I would, and then I stopped in his stream and just sitting there talking to him, and then he was asking me. I think he was building a farm or something like that, And I was sitting there watching him build it and chit chatting, and something came up and I lost connection. So I don't know if it was his end or my end, but and then my phone went dead on me, so then I had to turn my phone out. But I just want to tell him thank you for for chit chatting. But I think he's already gone. But I have to send him a message and tell him, or you can just tell him thank you for for chit chatting.
Yeah, and I'll absolutely let him know. Kiwi Sim Farmer, thank you so much for the sub. I greatly appreciate it. Now, can you let people know where to go ahead and find you?
Yes, actually, I'm on YouTube in the Whyknot Gaming. I'm also on Discord, Whyknot Gaming. I'm also on Facebook, but a lot of people don't go on Facebook, so I'm actually co-owner. Oh, actually, I have two groups on Facebook. I'm an owner of one group on there, and then co-owner of another group, but on Facebook. But a lot of people don't use that, so I'll just stick with Discord and YouTube. So that's the only way that you can get a hold of me. Each I'll just throw this in too. Each comment you guys get that I get, to my YouTube channel and to my videos, it goes to my email. So each comment that I read them all. It doesn't matter who it is, I read them all. Some of them I can respond back. Some of them I cannot. I don't know what the deal is. If it's my email or it's YouTube or something that's doing it, where I can't respond back to you half the time. I don't know what the deal is, but don't get me wrong. I do read each and every one of you, and some of them are really heart touching, and a lot of them are questions, or just saying hi, but that's only two that I can get on is YouTube and Discord. So thank you to Dust Bunny and Whiskey Creek for putting my links out there. I appreciate it. And was it Kiwi Sim Farm? Welcome.
And they're also linked in the description below. So if you want to find Whyknot,
Right.
go ahead and check out the links in the description. Both his YouTube and his Discord are linked down there. So, and they're also in the chat. Thanks to Dust Bunny and Whiskey Creek. So thank you both so very, very much. So Whyknot, I want to thank you very, very much for coming out here tonight, hanging out with me, and doing this interview. I had an absolute blast, and I really genuinely hope that you did as well.
Oh, I did. It just it's nervous. I'm just nervous. That's all it is. It's I've never done one of these before, and it's tell you what, it's relaxing. It's get your contact out there. At least at least you talk to the people that that you get along with. And see what they do. In their comments, and I think it's a great idea that you started. Keep it up. If you need more, people, let me know. I'd be glad to help you out there, buddy. Or anybody.
Well, I
No, there's
greatly...
not a whole lot of people know about me. I keep a low profile.
Well, I really, really hope that people from this stream here tonight will go to your channel, go subscribe, and go check out your content because, like I said, it's one of those that it was a lot of fun going out there today, just kind of sitting back, hanging back, and watching the fun that you all had. And I really hope that the lot of you keep it up because I could see that being a lot of fun for a lot of people. So that's just my 2 cents, but it's it's one of those, and I greatly appreciate the offer. That actually leads me to my last little bit here. If there are any YouTubers, modders, map makers, anybody who's connected within the farming simulator space, and you want me to do an interview with them, similar to what we did here tonight with Whyknot Gaming, as well as Farmer Sim in the previous episode, go ahead and let me know. Reach out to me, either DM me in Discord. I've got my socials all listed below as well as linked in the description. Just let me know. I will do my best to reach out to them and to see if they'd be interested in hopping on here. Like I said, this is a series that I want to continue to do because so far we're now 2 interviews down, and it has been just an absolute blast. Getting a chance to sit down with creators like Whyknot and Farmer Sim has been just a completely different world of like a different realm of my content career. And I've been really enjoying it, getting to know some of these people, getting to hear their stories, like we did here tonight. And again, so if you're interested, and if you want to, if you are a content creator, go ahead and reach out to me directly. Again, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media you have, and let me know that you're interested. The only requirement that I have in order to be on this show is you have to be 18 years of age or older. I have received a couple of inquiries here recently from people who are south of that age, and I will not have minors do the interview for what I would presume would be obvious reasons. So just one of those that I want to make sure that you're north of 18, and if it's even within question, there will be age verification process. So that's just the kind of thing that I have to do to make sure that all my bases are covered and protected. But again, why not? I had an absolutely fantastic day and time here with you tonight. Like I said, I really hope that you enjoyed it. You said that you were nervous earlier. I personally didn't see any of that come through. Yeah, had an absolute blast.
Well, like I said, Dave, it was. I just want to thank you and Dust Bunny for doing all this. You guys have brought the me out of me, I guess you want to put it that way. I'm just me. I'm just me. I had a lot of fun. And I hope I answered everybody's questions. If not, I'm sorry. But I'm just a little old guy. Just doing what I love. That's all I do. So it's been one heck of a ride. I'll tell you that. One heck of a ride.
Well, from what it sounds like here tonight and probably going forward, that you being you is what has allowed you to touch so many people's lives here in this space. And, keep it up. Absolutely keep it up, because, there's been some very highly regarded comments here tonight, that speak great volumes to you as a person. And it sounds like that they're all very well deserved. So yeah, it was a pleasure sitting with you here tonight and doing this interview. And I hope everybody out there enjoyed it tonight. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day and take care. Now, why not hang out for just a few minutes until after the outro, and I will see you on the other side.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.